àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀?
What is àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ compared to God?
Kí la lè fi àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ wé?
To àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀.
Kí ló dé tá à ń fi Ọlọ́run wé àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀?
The excellency of God surpasses all other excellencies.
Ọlá ńlá Ọlọ́run ó tayọ ju gbogbo àwọn ọlá ńlá lọ.
I don't know the value of àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ o.
Èmi ò mọ àtẹ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ yẹn bó ṣe ní iye lórí tó.
But I feel it's something we shouldn't compare God with.
Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tó yé mi ni pé kì í ṣe ohun tó yẹ ká fi wé Ọlọ́run.
And so we should be more careful when we are worshiping God.
Àwa gbọ́dọ̀ máa kíyèsára nígbà
There
tá
are
a bá
some
yin
worship
Ọlọ́run.
we made in songs, in confessions, that God doesn't accept.
Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà tá a máa ń sọ nígbà bá ń kọrin tí Ọlọ́run yìí
Let's
tẹ́wọ́ gbà.
remember God is a jealous God.
Ẹ jẹ́ á rántí pé Ọlọ́run wa
He will
olówú ni.
never accept that you compare him to anything.
Kò ní tẹ́wọ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ rẹ láéláé tó
So
bá
let's
fi
be
ń wé
careful
nǹkan
when we
mìíràn.
are singing. Don't compare God with lesser things.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kíyèsára tá a bá ń kọrin ká má fi
Even
Ọlọ́run
things
wé
that
nǹkan
are
tó kéré.
higher, we say is the higher than the highest.
Àwọn tó ga yẹn gan a ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ tó rà ló ga
I
ó ga ju
pray
tó ga
the
lọ.
Lord will help us in Jesus'
Mo
name.
gbàdúrà Ọlọ́run yóò ràn wá lọ́wọ́
That's
lórúkọ
why we need
Jésù.
to know more and more of him.
Ìdí tá a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí nípa rẹ̀ nìyí.
And we also need to understand and acknowledge his excellency so as to know how to reference him.
Ó sì gbọ́dọ̀ yé wa sí ká sì tún mọ̀ bó ṣe tayọ nínú ọlá ńlá ká lè máa bọ̀wọ̀ fún.
Many of us praise and worship God. Ṣebí ká ti jó ni. Ṣebí ká bá ti ń ṣe worship ká ti kọ́wọ́ méjèèjì sókè and do as if we are in the spirit.
Ọ̀pọ̀ wa la máa kọrin á sì máa jó á ní pé ṣebí it's just to raise up our
The
hands and dance.
excellency of God demands our sincerity when we are in his presence.
Ọlá ńlá Ọlọ́run yìí ó ń béèrè pé ká bọlá fún gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ti ń wà níwájú rẹ̀.
In anywhere we find ourselves, even if it is in our closets,
Gbogbo ibi tá a bá gbé bára wa bó ṣe ní ìyẹ̀wù wa pàápàá.
be sincere in worshiping God.
Ìjẹ́ olóòótọ́ sí bá a ti ń yin Ọlọ́run
That
yẹn.
is the kind of worship that God wants and it demands from
Irú
us.
ìjọsìn eléyìí tí Ọlọ́run retí lọ́wọ́ wa nìyí.
And this excellency of God that we are talking about,
Ọlá ńlá Ọlọ́run tí a wá ń sọ nípa rẹ̀
there are a
yìí.
lot of people who don't know, let alone understand it.
Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn ní òtí ẹ̀ mọ̀ ká tiẹ̀ wá sọ pé yóò wá yé wọn.
Many of the kings and the honorable men of this world,
Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọba àti àwọn olókìkí inú ayé yìí.
some of them don't know, they don't understand the excellency of God.
Ọ̀pọ̀ wọn ọlá ńlá Ọlọ́run yìí kò
And that
yé
is why
wọn.
when you see them, when they attain a particular higher position,
Ìdí nìyí tó bá rí wọn tán bá ti bọ́ sí ipò kan tó ga.
and when they become power drunken,
Tí agbára yẹn tó ti wá mú wọn tó ti mú wọn bí omi.
they feel like behaving, doing and undoing.
Ṣe ni wọ́n máa hùwà bí ẹni pé táwọn bá ti fẹ́ ṣe làwọn lè ṣe.
They feel whatever they do, nobody will query them, nobody will question them.
Wọ́n á rò nínú ara wọn pé tí ìbáwò káwọn ṣe kò sẹ́ni tí ó bá wọn léèrè.
And that is what the mistake some kings made,
Àṣìṣe tí àwọn ọba kan ṣe nìyẹn.
even in the Bible.
Nínú Bíbélì pàápàá.
Let's talk about Pharaoh of Egypt.
Ẹ jẹ́ á sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Fáráò ọba Íjíbítì ni o.
When God sent Moses to go and meet him,
Ìgbà tí Ọlọ́run rán Mósè láti lọ pàdé rẹ̀.
and he said, tell him, this is what I said.
Ó ní lọ sọ fún pé tí mo sọ nìyí.
Let my people go,
Jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn mi kó lọ.
that they might go and worship
Kí
me.
wọ́n lè lọ sìn mí.
In Exodus chapter 5 verse 2,
Ìwé Ẹ́sódù orí 5 ẹsẹ̀ 2.
Pharaoh said, who is the Lord
Fáráò bá dáhùn pé ta lọ́lọ́run yẹn.
that I should obey him,
Tí èmi ó fi gbọ́ ohùn rẹ̀.
or to allow children of Israel to go?
Tàbí tí wọ́n fi jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì kí wọ́n lọ.
He was talking like that because he knew he was a king.
Ó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn nítorí pé ó wò pé ṣe bó ń lọ́ba.
Òun ló láṣẹ lọ́wọ́,
That he has the final
that he
authority
could
with
do
him.
anything he liked.
Pé òun lè ṣe tó bá wù òun
We
ni.
all know the end of the story.
Àwa náà mọ tó gbẹ̀yìn
He
ìtàn yẹn.
ended up in destruction.
Ṣe ló parí sí ìparun.
The same thing happens to Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon
Òun kan náà ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Nebukadnesari Bábílónì.
when he made a graven image.
Nígbà tó gbé ère kalẹ̀.
And he commanded people to come and be bowing down for the image.
Ló bá pàṣẹ kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn kan máa tẹríba fún ère yẹn.
After all, I'm the king.
Ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣáà lọ́ba.
I can do anything I want.
Ohun tí n bá ti fẹ́ ni mo lè ṣe.
The 3 Hebrew children stood their ground.
Àwọn ọmọ Hébérù mẹ́ta yìí.
They said,
wọ́n dúró
we
lórí
are
ẹsẹ̀
not going
wọn.
to do that.
Wọ́n ní àwọn ò ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
Because they understood the excellency of God.
Nítorí ó yé wọn pé Ọlọ́run ló tayọ
They
ọ̀nà
knew
ọlá.
that there is no other God
Wọ́n mọ̀ wípé kò sọ Ọlọ́run mìíràn mọ́.
except the God of heaven.
Yàtọ̀ sí Ọlọ́run ọ̀run.
And hear what he said in Daniel chapter 3 verse 15.
Ẹgbọ́n tí wọ́n sọ nínú ìwé Daniel orí kẹta ẹsẹ̀ kàndógún.
He also said, who is that God that would deliver you from my hands
ó ní ta ni ọlọ́run yẹn tí ó wá gbà yín kúrò lọ́wọ́ mi.
He said, if you fail to do what I command you,
tí ẹ̀yin bá kùnà láti ṣe nǹkan tí
to
mo pa
bow
láṣẹ
down
fún
for
yín
that image,
pé kí ẹ̀yin ó tẹríba fún ère yẹn.
I will ask my men to throw you into the lake of fire.
mo pàṣẹ fún àwọn dòǹgárì mi kan gbé
And
ìjì
tell
nínú
me,
náà.
who is that God? Where is he from? That will come and deliver you from my hands.
kẹ́ ẹ wá sọ fún mi pé ta ni ọlọ́run yẹn gan tí ó gbà yín kúrò lọ́wọ́ mi.
Those are the gods of the earth.
ìyẹn ni àwọn ọlọ́run ayé yìí.
He did that, and he also saw the excellency of God.
ó ṣe báyìí ó sì rí títayọ ọlá
When he
ọlọ́run.
threw 3 people into the fire,
nígbà tó ju àwọn èèyàn sínú iná
he began to see 4 men.
ó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí àwọn ọkùnrin
And he
mẹ́rin.
confessed with his own mouth, the appearance of the 4th man looked like that of the Son of God.
ẹnu ara rẹ̀ náà ló kọ́ fi jẹ́wọ́ pé ìrí ìkẹrin yìí ó jọ ti ọmọ ọlọ́run.
The same God that he was referring to, that who he is he.
ọlọ́run kan náà tó ń sọ pé ta ni.
Ṣé mọ̀ pé Nebuchadnezzar wa kò dúró níbẹ̀ o? At some point, he became so rude to the excellency of God that God himself decided that I will show you who I am. And he turned him to an animal.
Nebuchadnezzar went beyond his boundary. pé ó wá sọ pé ọlọ́run yìí pé òun ó wo ẹni tí ó gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ọlọ́run sì jẹ́rìí ara rẹ̀ fún un.
He turned him into an animal, sent him into the wilderness.
ó kàn sọ
He
dẹranko
was there
ní
for 7 years.
ló bá wọnú igbó lọ ọdún méje ló lò nú igbó bí ẹranko.
His brain could not open
ọpọlọ rẹ̀ wọ́n tilẹ̀kùn mọ́
until after 7 years.
títí tí ọdún méje fi kọjá.
Then he acknowledged
ìgbà yẹn ló wá
that
tó
there
mọ̀
was a God then
pé ọlọ́run kan wà.
that ruleth and reigneth